Binter Mont, who's wanted in connection with a series of major frauds, has been a 7-year saga. But last September it took a surprise twist when Detective Steve Skerritt went looking for a family computer.
I saw what looked like an outstanding offer and went round to an address in Hove where I met Fiona for the first time. My impression of Fiona was one of a confident business-type lady.
But it emerged that the computer he was about to buy was at the centre of a massive fraud involving stolen office equipment. Both suppliers and customers were ripped off to the tune of hundreds of thousands of pounds.
We got a search warrant, and on the Monday, rather than go back down there and buy the computer system, we actually went down there and raided her flat.
Mont was arrested in connection with the fraud and taken to Stenning police station in Sussex. It was an extraordinary fall from grace for a woman who had all the advantages of a privileged upbringing. Mont was born and raised in an exclusive part of Lewes in East Sussex. She came from one of the most prominent families in the area. An entry in Debrett's reveals that her mother was the leader of East Sussex County Council, while her father was a partner in a top law firm. But his daughter had always played games with the law. After her arrest, Mont was released on police bail, but that didn't stop her phoning up the man who'd just taken her into custody.
And during that conversation, she happened to drop in the sentence, "Would you like to come round for a glass of wine?" that evening. Took me a bit back by surprise. I've never been invited round for wine before, under those circumstances anyway. And I declined the offer, telling her that it's not very professional. She assured me that we wouldn't talk about the case in question, but nevertheless the offer was declined.
DC Skerritt isn't the only man to have encountered Mont's inimitable style. For 7 years, DC Dave West had made it his personal quest to investigate her activities, but she subjected him to a barrage of taunts.
Things have developed to be quite a game of cat and mouse between myself and Fiona, and on at least one occasion I did receive a fax from her home address sent to the Dave West fan club, which contained numerous comical observations, all at my expense.
Her next correspondence, under an assumed name, was even more audacious.
On another occasion I received this, which is in fact a cheque drawn on a bank account opened in the name of Miss A. Miller, drawn for £1 million. And her comment to me in a later conversation was that I should hang on to the cheque because it could prove to be good for the full value in due course.
While Mont was on police bail, the story took an extraordinary twist when her car was found abandoned at a well-known suicide spot, Beachy Head. The Coast Guard and police helicopters launched a major search operation.
Finally, Fiona's mother stated that she'd received a phone call from Fiona 2 days after the car had been found, and that obviously proved to us that Fiona was still alive and hadn't done anything silly.
Then police received information that she was spotted leaving the area in a light aircraft.
She'd flown out from Shoreham Airport, we believe, to the continent with another man, a man that used to run a flying school down at Shoreham Airport.
The man was Graham Hesketh, also known as the Baron. A convicted drug smuggler, he had recently served 4 years in jail. Police believe the flight was made to lay a false trail. They're now certain the couple are back in Britain, but the question is, where? Tracking down Mont is never easy.
Fiona is very adept at covering her tracks, typically by changing the names that she uses or adopting aliases. Frances Montgomery, Alison Miller, Jacqueline Mayhew, and Jamina Chadwick, and at one time the electoral roll for her basement flat in Hove had 8 different names of persons that were all supposed to be living there at the same time.
And it's not just her name that changes.
During the search of the flat, we in fact found these 2 wigs, as you can see, is a blonde one and a redhead. And as we do not believe these were for her boyfriend's use, we believe they're for her use. It obviously shows that she can change her appearance.
But it's not only Fiona that's gone missing. Large quantities of the goods connected with the fraud have also disappeared.
We went to search 2 commercial containers. We expected them to be full of property, computers, laptops, furniture. When we got there, they were in fact empty. And these 2 items were the only thing that we could find in there, which was 2 smiley faces. Obviously somebody's got a sense of humour.
I don't know you from Adam, really, do I? I mean, you could be liable to say that kind of thing all the time. I don't believe that you were just looking for a family computer.
Family computer. My computer. And it was cheap. It was without VAT.
Bargain basement.
And even when I left your flat, you had me taken in. Adrian and you had me taken in. I went back to the office, right, and I said to Andy Lukowski, I said, bloody got a good deal, I'm going to go and get that. This is, right. Because I said, why? They've got a few there, that's Chicago. And he said, and one of the makes that I mentioned, he says, oh, that rings a bell. Because it was quite unusual, some of these makes. For us, it was quite unusual. Yeah. You can see the laugh if you want.